It is Monday, 1 week or a little over a week from the election, and as usual, I draw something for you um, in this time period, 5:30 every weekday. I'm a cartoonist, a political cartoonist, and commentator. So good to see you. Not a lot of news today. A little bit of news, some interesting news. There's water on the moon, apparently. Hi, Pablo. Um, Good to see you, Pablo, in LA. Are the fires in LA, Pablo? Are you escaping it? Where are the fires now? I hear there are fires in LA as well. The Pope made some groundbreaking news over the weekend. He said we should have same-sex marriages, civil same-sex marriages are okay by him. And he also put forward a African American um, cardinal to be bishop or bishop to be cardinal. I'm not a Catholic, so I don't know, but he elevated for the first time an African American to be in the higher ups. So next thing should be a woman, right? Anyway, those are just some highlights that I happen to notice. And there's other things going on. There's a lot of polls about the election, and we just don't know who's going to win. We don't know. And I'm not even going to go there because I don't have the numbers in front of me. But I'm going to draw for you. So let me turn this around and I'll draw something that I noticed in the news that seemed quite alarming, shocking, shocking and not surprising at the same time. That's how things been going with this. Oops. With this. Let's see. With this administration, you're at once shocked, but not really. So I'm going to draw the virus. This is the virus coming at you here. So Mark Meadows, Trump's chief of staff, said, and I forget what day it was, today or over the weekend. He said, how did he put it? We can't control the virus. What we can control are, he said, are the vaccines and the treatments and all that. So is this what is the Trump administration giving up on the virus? Is that what their plan is? I was just listening to Andrew Cuomo on the news on CNN, and he was talking about how incredible that is, that statement that they're giving up on the virus. So on a day when over 225 deaths, we've 225,000 deaths, and 8.6 million cases in the United States. I think giving up, talking about herd immunity, if everybody just wore masks, we could save over 100,000 deaths, according to Dr. Fauci and other people, I think. So this virus is not easy to draw. I don't really like drawing it because it's kind of creepy. Drawn it a few times, and it's hard to get these weird things sticking up to look just right. And it'll look more like the virus when I color it in. But so I was thinking about what this is a kind of an amazing thing that Meadows said, and I think the administration is sort of trying to walk it back. But I thought, what am I going to draw? I thought maybe first I'd draw the president and his administration playing with the virus like it's a toy, like it doesn't mean anything, it's harmless. And then I thought maybe I'd have Trump throwing the virus up in the air, like it's a ball. And then I thought, whoa, it's a balloon. I have to concentrate when I draw some things. So I thought, what if the COVID just took him away? And I don't want him to die. I don't want anybody to die from this disease. But I thought, what is draw Trump being sort of carried away by the virus? Just make it easier for you to see what I'm drawing. Hi, Brett. Brett also from LA. Good to see everybody. And who else is there? Anybody else there? Where are you from? It's very dark here today. It's overcast. I'm in my studio, which is in the Hudson Valley. And you guys know that sometimes I'm in the city as well. I'll be going there. This is a city I'm drawing. Trump is sailing on his balloon over the. So there's the National Monument. I'm from DC. I was born there, and I don't really know how to draw it very well. That's not a very good drawing of the. Try to draw the Capitol. The thing with cartooning, you try to make it look, at least somewhat identifiable. It doesn't have to be exactly. But if I could sort of like, oh, there, okay, you've got those two images together, then you think, oh, Washington. What I really wanted to draw over here, I've drawn this many times. There's a cartoonist that I grew up reading. Named Gary Trudeau. Maybe you guys know him. He did Doonesbury. He does Doonesbury, which is still in syndication. Really groundbreaking political strip, in a time when there weren't many political strips, believe it or not, in the 60s and 70s. Or sorry, it was the 70s that he was drawing. And he used to draw Nixon, things about Nixon all the time. And he would do the White House, just a cartoon of the White House, and speech bubbles coming out of the White House. And I always thought that was a great way, and I've adopted that a few times with credit to Mr. Trudeau. But so there's Trump being carried away by the virus, hopefully to a better place for him than us. Okay, give you a little color. Thank you. Oh, art is dead, somebody says. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't think so. Why do you say that? So the virus is sort of orange, has these orange nodules or whatever they're called. What are they called? Anybody out there a scientist? Anyway, I was talking about Gary Trudeau and what a groundbreaking cartoonist he was during the Nixon administration, and in other times too. But that's where I first started to know him. And that's when he first started showing up. I think was in the 70s. And I was just wanting to be a cartoonist at that point. So Gary Trudeau, also Herb Block, who was the Washington Post cartoonist, did a lot of scathing cartoons about Nixon during Watergate. It's hard to know if cartoons really do make an impact, but I know that his name was Herbert Block, but they called him Herb Block. His cartoons did make a difference, I think, along with the Washington Post's reporting on Watergate, helped force Nixon to resign. Oops. My palette. Hello, Alejandro. Hi, Peter. Anybody else out there think that Trump lost weight? when he had COVID. He looks a little thinner. Oh, that's too red. Well, I'll leave it. Maybe I won't leave it. I don't have any tissues with me today, so I'll have to use my shirt. What else was in the news? His hair's a little too yellow there. Maybe I'll go back and fix it later. His hair seems to change color. Some days it looks gray to me, and other days it looks orange, and then other days it looks yellow. This is a case where I didn't know what I was going to draw today. I had no idea at 4 o'clock. I was like, it was 3:30. I had no idea. And then I saw this story again. I'd seen it before, but I thought, this is the story that's, I think, today's story, at least for the United States. I know there's so many other important things going on in the world. But my focus right now is on the U.S. because we're about to have an election. But I thought that this story of Mark Meadows saying they sort of waved the surrender flag to the virus was quite alarming. And if you don't know my work, I always put Trump in short pants now because he's a schoolyard bully. He's more than that. But I started drawing him like that during the primaries in 2016. Now I'm going to wait on his tie, and I'll go in and do because it's going to bleed if I don't wait. So do some of the virus now. Yeah, so I thought of this idea, and I thought this is the story that I want to draw about today for the United States. When the election is over, and assuming Joe Biden, we can't assume anything, but if Biden wins, I'll have to start doing caricatures of him and Kamala, but I also might start branching out and doing more drawings about the rest of the world and about other subjects, of course. One of the subjects I really am passionate about drawing about is women's rights around the world. Because I think sometimes cartoons can really bring attention to a subject in a way that words cannot. And I am an opinion cartoonist, opinion journalist. So what I draw is my opinion. I do, and I don't. Sometimes I try to be more measured and balanced in my opinion. But everybody is aware of my leaning in terms of the election. Can you see? Sorry. I get caught up in what I'm doing and I forget that you out of camera, out of view. Peter Pablo says, I'm excited to see how your drawing of Biden develops. Me too. I find him hard to draw. And it's also hard to do caricatures. I'm going to try to be, open-minded and be critical of him if it's warranted. It's the White House. Is that drawing Trump with the coronavirus balloon? It is. I'm going to do his tie now. It's very quiet here today. Rainy and dark and quiet. It's going to be a quiet winter after the election. Add a little red to his hair because it's too yellow. I don't know that I can put the the stripes on that flag. It's kind of tiny. Yeah, well, that'll do for now. Let's get some more. Okay, this is Liza Donnelly. I'm a cartoonist and writer for The New Yorker and other publications, and I'm live drawing now for Haps TV every day weekday at 5:30. You can find me drawing something in the news or something that I'm thinking about. It's not always the news. Let's see. Thank you. Can you draw a dragon on a separate piece of paper? I'm not doing requests. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Sonia. Sonia says, I enjoy watching you paint the issues. As a European, Stoxo says, please vote Trump out. We cannot take another 4 years. I'm with you, Stoxo. Hopefully nothing, Barbara says, hopefully nothing will need such criticism as much as right now, but that's what I said during Bush. Lots of laughs. That's true. Bush looks kind of appealing right now, doesn't he? Thank you. All right, I think I'll turn you guys around. Say goodbye. It's my messy desk today. It's kind of like a little bit nutso. It's very cold here right now. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you guys are well and wearing your masks. And I'll see you again tomorrow, 5:30, same time, same place. And take care, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for joining me.